You've probably heard it 100 times. Renting is throwing money away. Every dollar you pay a landlord disappears into nothing. Buying builds equity, builds wealth, builds a future. It sounds obvious, it's repeated everywhere. It might be completely wrong, not always, and not for everyone. But for more people than you'd think, renting and investing the difference quietly beats buying, and almost nobody actually runs the math. We're going to run it. The throwing money away argument sounds logical. Rent goes to a landlord and you get nothing back. A mortgage payment goes toward equity, something you own. That framing skips three costs that every homeowner pays and almost nobody talks about. First, your down payment has an opportunity cost. Put $60,000 into a house, and that's $60,000 you didn't invest. The same $60,000 in an index fund compounds at around 10% a year historically. That's not a cost on a receipt, but it's real money you gave up. Second, interest. In the early years of a mortgage, most of your payment goes to the bank, not to equity. On a $300,000 mortgage at 7%, your first payment of about $2,000 sends roughly $1,750 to interest and only $250 to principal. You're effectively renting the money. Third, the costs that never make the headline. Property taxes, insurance, maintenance, historically about 1% of the home's value every year. HOA fees. These can add $700 to $1,200 a month on top of the mortgage. Added up, and owning a home is often more expensive per month than renting the same property, sometimes by hundreds of dollars. Same city, same income, $85,000 a year. Same goal, build wealth. Alex rents a two-bedroom apartment for $2,000 a month and invests the difference. Sam buys a $350,000 home with 20% down, $70,000. Mortgage, taxes, insurance, and maintenance bring the true monthly cost to around $2,800. The gap is $800 a month. Alex invests that every month. Let's run 10 years. Sam puts $70,000 down and takes a $280,000 mortgage at 7% over 30 years. Monthly payment, $1,863. Add property tax at $350, insurance at $150, and maintenance averaging $290. The true monthly cost is $2,653. After 10 years, Sam has paid roughly $223,000 into the home. Only about $37,000 of that went to principal. The rest, $186,000, went to interest, taxes, insurance, and maintenance. Sam's equity, the $70,000 down payment plus $37,000 in principal equals $107,000. Plus appreciation. At the national average of about 4% a year, the home is now worth around $518,000. Subtract the remaining mortgage of $243,000, and Sam's equity is $275,000. That's the number people usually see. It looks great. We're not done. Alex pays $2,000 a month in rent, $653 less than Sam's true monthly cost. Alex never put $70,000 into a down payment. That money went into an index fund on day one, growing at 10% a year. After 10 years, $181,000. Alex also invests the $653 monthly savings into the same fund. After 10 years, roughly $133,000 more. Total for Alex, $181,000 plus $133,000 equals $314,000. Sam, $275,000 in home equity. Alex, $314,000 in investments. Alex is ahead by $39,000 without ever owning a home. But it's not that simple. Three things change this dramatically in Sam's favor. Time. The longer you stay, the more buying wins. At year 10, Alex is ahead. At year 20, the mortgage is 2/3 paid off and appreciation has compounded. Sam's equity surges past Alex's portfolio. At year 30, Sam owns the home outright and lives rent-free, while Alex is still paying rent that's risen with inflation. Appreciation above average. In high-demand markets, major coastal cities, for example, homes have historically appreciated at 6, 7, even 8% a year. Run that math, and Sam's equity at year 10 jumps dramatically. In those markets, buying often wins even on a shorter timeline. The discipline problem. Alex's entire advantage depends on actually investing that $800 difference every single month for 10 years straight. Most people don't. They spend it. If Alex invests nothing, Sam wins by a wide margin. The real question isn't rent versus buy. It's, how long are you staying? Most financial models put the break-even point, where buying starts to win, somewhere between 5 and 8 years in a typical market. Before that window, renting and investing is usually better. After it, buying usually wins. Stay 2 or 3 years, and buying will likely lose money once you account for transaction costs alone. Buying and selling a home costs 8 to 10% of the purchase price in agent fees, closing costs, and moving expenses. Stay 15 years or more, and buying wins almost every time. The gray zone is 5 to 10 years. That's where this comparison lives, and where the answer genuinely depends on your local market. The math is real, but two things don't fit in a spreadsheet. Stability. A landlord can't raise your rent or ask you to leave on short notice when you own. For families and long-term plans, that has real value no calculation captures. Forced savings. Most people will not voluntarily invest the difference every month. A mortgage is forced savings built into your life. If you know you won't invest $800 a month on your own, Sam's home equity might genuinely be the better outcome, even if the pure math says otherwise. Neither of these excuses you from running the numbers. They're a reason to be honest about which type of person you actually are. So, renting versus buying. The real answer? It depends on three things: how long you're staying, what you actually do with the difference, and what your local market looks like. The throwing money away argument is a myth, but only if you actually invest what you save. If you don't, buying wins by default. Run your own numbers, factor in every cost, be honest about your time horizon. Then make the decision that fits your actual life, not the one that sounds best at a dinner party. There's no universal answer here, only your answer once you run the numbers. We break down a different one of these every week. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one.